guys, hope you're all well. Today I'm back with another video, and this time round it's going to be my newborn essentials must-have items. Now I am a mum of 2 and I've done the whole newborn phase twice over now, and there are some items that I've purchased in the past which I've absolutely hated and others that I've absolutely loved and would definitely recommend to any new time mum to be. I would also recommend these items to people that may have already had children and having another child, because some of these I didn't have with my first son and I only found them this time round because maybe they weren't around at the time, and I've really enjoyed using them, really love them. Some of them are definitely more investment pieces, but they are really good and I found that they're absolutely great. So I'm going to get stuck right in. The first item that I'm going to show you all is this. This is the Sleepyhead Deluxe. Now it's a bit big to fit in the camera, it is quite big, but the purpose of this is to fit a newborn baby in it and for the baby to sleep in them. Now we purchased the Sleepyhead Deluxe, however I know there is a Sleepyhead version and it cost around £150–160. Now the reason why we purchased this one is you can actually put a toy arch over the top and have toys dangling from it, so it can actually double up as a play mat. Now I never used this for my first son, didn't use it, didn't really need it. We kind of had him in grow bags and bits and bobs like that. However, my son at the moment absolutely loves it and I would 100% recommend this to any new mum out there. The whole point is it's meant to keep them a little bit more cozier and a little bit smaller. Now as you can see behind me, we have a co-sleeper and it is really large, and my first son always did seem a little bit lost inside it. My second son absolutely loves to be all cuddled up and really nice and swaddled, but obviously it's summer as well, so it's really hot and really hard to swaddle a baby in the heat of 30 odd degrees and late 20s, especially of an evening when we go to bed. This is absolutely great because I can literally put this wherever I go. I can bring it upstairs or downstairs, and it also means that he sleeps in the same place no matter what, so he's always kind of at home with where he is. Now like I said, it was quite expensive and it is a really expensive purchase. However, like I said, it's definitely an investment piece as well. Many people then go on to resell them. One of the biggest things that I love about it is that I can literally carry my son around in it as such, so that he's always kind of at home with where he's sleeping. So I can bring it downstairs and he can sleep downstairs in the day with me, or I can go in his co-sleeper and he can sleep up here overnight or in the day or wherever it may be. It also means that when we're traveling we can bring it as well, and so if he's inside a travel cot or on a spare bed or anything like that, he can go inside this, and because it has those edges I don't have to worry about him falling off or anything like that. The next item I wanted to show you guys was this. This is Whisper the Humming Bear, and I absolutely love him. He is, for any of you guys that might not know, a little bear that has a sound machine inside him, and when our baby wakes up in the middle of the night we can turn him on and he'll play a white noise for around 40 minutes. Gradually that white noise will fade out, and if our child wakes up at any point within that time period afterwards, he will then reset himself as he has a cry detector, and he'll automatically start back up and start with the white noise for an additional 20 minutes, again gradually fading out instead of just cutting off to the point that it kind of startles the baby awake again because there's no sound. Now there was 3 designs and I chose this one here, which has kind of got this here, all these blues, and he is a little grey colour, which I absolutely love because he kind of goes with all my bedroom furniture and everything else. Now, he was around £30 to £40. I just picked him up off of Amazon, but I really like the fact that he is a little sensory toy as well. He's got little noises that kind of like the velcro-y sort of noises that come. I also love the fact that he just kind of has these magnetic parts in them as well. It means that I can actually hook him over the co-sleeper, which I normally do, or around a pram handle or around a car seat or anything like that, because they magnetically grip, which is really great. As I'm sure many of you know, white noise is a great way to soothe a sleeping baby and get a baby to go to sleep. I just used my phone the first time round, and thinking about it now, it might not have been the best option to have a phone so close to my baby or playing all this stuff in the room and having it so close to his head, because of obviously all the things they come out with about all the different technologies and the way they can affect them. But I love the fact that this is literally inside of this, so it's really safe, and obviously white noise is one of the best ways to settle them. Like I said, you can pick it up off of Amazon and a lot of other websites as well, and I would 100% recommend getting this if you are looking for something to help settle your baby if they're not a sleeper, or if you are a first time mum, this would be a great buy. Very similar to Whisper is Ewin. Ewan the Dream Sheep. Now Ewan comes in 2 colours. He comes in a grey, which I've got, and a purple as well. Now he's very, very, very similar to Whisper, apart from the fact that he doesn't have the cry detector in him. So for that, you literally just click his buttons and that's how he comes off, and then he will gradually fade out. Now Ewan does have a lot more settings in terms of he has a night light inside him that you can turn on or off. He has 2 sound settings, whereas Whisper just has the 1 noise. And he also has a longer setting, so you can kind of have it playing for longer. Now what he does have and what he does benefit from is the fact that he has 4 different melodies. He has like a melody playing tune, he has more of like a fan wing noise, he has a womb noise, and he has something else. So if I play this for you, this one I think that's a heartbeat, that one. And then you've got the melody noise there. You've got the heartbeat noise here. And I find the heartbeat is one of the best ones for my son. And you've also got, I think this one's just more of a fuzzy white noise television sound, to be honest with you. And then you literally just hold it down and it'll go back off. So again, another white noise product. I love both of them for different reasons. Dependent on how my baby's feeling, I'll either put this one on maybe to settle him. He really, really likes the heartbeat womb noise. Or if not, I will put on Whisper if it's in the middle of the night, because it'll keep going every time it startles him and wakes him up. Again, you can purchase these from many, many places. Places like John Lewis and Amazon all sell them. They're very similarly and competitively priced, and I would definitely recommend buying one of these if you are looking again for another product to help settle your baby, because again, I didn't use either of these white noise products with my first, and I found they've been really, really helpful this time round. The next item I'm going to show you is a firm favourite in our household. I have used these now with both of my boys, and it's the Aiden and Anais muslin swaddle cloth blankets. Now I purchased these with my first son after, well, when he wasn't even here, when I was pregnant. And the reason why I purchased them is because at the time, I don't think it had been very long after Prince George was born, and Kate was actually seen with these muslins, and I thought, well, if they're good enough for Prince George, then I guess they're good enough for my son too. Now I absolutely love them, and I cannot rave about them enough. Like I said, I haven't actually bought any more this time round. I'm using the same ones that I used with my first son, and he's now 2.5 years old. They come in a pack of 4. They come with giraffes, elephants, monkeys, and something else. And they've got 4 different designs. They wash so well, and I feel like they actually get softer with each wash. They come up and scrub up really well, and I feel like they're so soft for the baby to have and for the baby to lie on. Now they are quite expensive. I think they were around £40 odd when I bought them, but the fact that I've managed to actually use them for both my children, they haven't got any stains on them or anything like that, I think it's definitely worth buying. These literally double up so many different things, from a blanket to a mattress cover that I'm currently using it to lay my baby's head on in his Sleepyhead, to a swaddle and a blanket and a muslin and a burp cloth, and just to wipe bits and bobs up, or to lay in the bottom of a pram. Literally, I've had so many different uses for them. I use it to shield the sun if the sun's coming in on his pram or over his car seats. They have so many different uses, and I would definitely recommend, if you are looking for some muslins or swaddle cloths that last, these are amazing. They're so big in size. I think this is still folded up about 4 times, and as you can see, it's already extremely big. So I would definitely recommend these. They do come in lots of different patterns. I'm not sure if this one is still available because it is 2.5 years old, but if you are looking for something, definitely grab these. Another firm favourite that I've now used twice over is a bath product. It is the Angel Care Bath Support. Now the first time round I actually had the blue one of these, and they were quite new out. Not many people had them at the time, and obviously I wasn't really into the whole having a separate bath idea. For me, I had really bad back problems, and for carrying a big bath with loads of water and things like that, it just wouldn't have gone down well. So I love the fact that this could just be popped in the bath and I could go from there. I also love the fact that it was a mesh kind of silicone base, and what it meant was it left me completely hands-free, because I was absolutely terrified with my first that I would drop him in the bath or he'd slide out of my hands or something like that, whereas this item literally leaves me completely hands-free because the baby just sits in here, his legs dangle over here. It also gives you an indication of how high the water can go, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, the first time around I purchased the blue one for my first son, and this is their new the new colour. It's only just been launched this year, a couple of months ago I think, and it's the grey one, which I absolutely love because my bathrooms and the rest of my house is grey. So for me it means that it's kind of a lot more camouflageable, I guess. Instead of having something so bright and in your face, this kind of really blends into all my bathroom stuff, and it isn't really garish. It also has a little hook here so you can actually hang it up, and I normally just hang it up on one of my hooks to dry, so it's really convenient. My son absolutely loves it. You can use them to a really good age. They leave you hands-free, they dry well, they don't smell, they don't hold any water. They really are a good investment, and they're really cheap. I think when they first launched they were around £30 or £40, and now I think you can pick them up from anywhere, depending on where you shop, from about £15 to £20, £25 in some places. But like I said, they are really good. If you want to be hands-free, you're really worried about those bath times, and you want something that's kind of really easy, not smelly or anything like that, I would definitely recommend one of these baby bath supports. Now the next item I want to talk to you about is over there in the background. It is the Chico Next to Me co-sleeping crib. Now I use this again with my first son, and initially I purchased a Moses basket for him, and he absolutely hated it. As much as he liked being swaddled and all things like that, because he was quite a big baby, having a Moses basket he absolutely hated. He couldn't see out of it, it had really high sides, and I also hated it as well. I remember being so anxious with him when I first had him, and I remember wondering in the middle of the night, waking up and really struggling to go to sleep in those first weeks and months, because I was always wondering if he was breathing and if he was okay. And obviously he also liked to be quite touched and held and swaddled and all things like that. So after a couple of weeks, I remember I went out and I purchased this. I think at the time it was around £160, and I think they go for around a similar price now. And I went out and I purchased this, and from the moment I purchased it, it has literally relieved all anxiety from me. I remember it just being such kind of a relief. I literally set it up and it goes next to your bed. Now you can either have the side down or it can go up. And it's just basically something that goes next to your bed. It attaches to your bed, but it's also portable, so it can convert into a travel cot as well. And it literally just means and gives me the ease and the peace of mind that at night, when my baby's sleeping, I can literally, if he wakes up, I can literally touch him and kind of soothe him and settle him back down. I can literally put my hand on his chest to make sure he's breathing and I haven't got to worry. And also he can see out and he can see me of a night as well and turn over, which is absolutely great. It's also great for those mums that are breastfeeding, because again you can use it and they can stay where they are and you can stay where you are, and you can both co-sleep next to each other whilst breastfeeding, which I think is definitely a great buy. My second son has been exactly the same. He's absolutely loved it from day one. He hasn't really used it in terms of the space as of yet, but I'm sure he will in a couple of months time, and that's because we've had the Sleepyhead. But just for the all-round purpose that I've been able to have him back next to me in the bed, this time round I've had no anxiety whatsoever. And again, he's easy and he's right there if I need to soothe him in the middle of the night and he does start to stir. The next item I have for you is one that again I've had since I had my first son, so it definitely comes highly recommended from me, and it is the Grow Egg. I know they have a newer version of these out at the moment, but I've had this since having my first son and it's still going strong, so I don't need to repurchase. Now generally you'll see that it looks a bit like this, but I actually bought the cover for it with my first son, which was a couple of quid more, which I absolutely love and think it makes it a lot cuter for their rooms. I used it in my room all whilst I was pregnant with my first boy, and just to kind of monitor the temperatures of the room. I then obviously used it when he was in the room, and it indicates with 4 different colours the temperature of the room, and kind of from there you can gauge how hot it is and how you need to dress your baby appropriately. Like I said, it does have 4 different colours. It has a blue, a yellow, an orange and a red colour. So you can literally go through those, and obviously each one kind of has a different kind of way that you would wear, whether it be the baby just sleeping in a nappy or a vest, or something like that. And you also know when the room's too cold and it needs heating up, when it's at a perfect condition. So I really enjoy using this. After I had it in my room, I then moved it into my son's room when he went out into his own room, which again, he went in there, and it would always help guide me as to how to dress him for the evening. And now I've got it back, it's still going strong. They're not really that expensive, which I think is great. They're a great thermometer, a great way to detect how hot the room is. And again, I wouldn't be without it. My next product is another new item this time round. I didn't purchase it last time, but I'd heard so many raving reviews about it that I just had to buy it this time round for my son. I always remember my first son used to go in a baby bouncer and he really didn't get along with it. It was one of those ones that you either had to manually bounce with your foot or you would press vibrate. And I remember my friend had a swing, and as soon as I put my son in the swing, he would settle straight away. Well, fast forward 2 years, and instead of getting a baby bouncer, I decided to invest in something. Now, it cost a hell of a lot of money, and I was absolutely terrified that it wouldn't work, but it has been a godsend. From the moment I put my son in it, he settled straight off. This item is the 4Mums Mamaroo. Now, the Mamaroo is a swing and a bouncer as such, and you kind of pop your baby in. It's really high and raised off the ground, which I absolutely love, as I have my other toddler that's always on the floor and doing bits. I feel like he's a little bit safer higher up. It has lots of different settings, so you can control it all from your phone, which is absolutely great via an app. Now, it has lots of different functions, one of the functions being that it has different settings for the way that it sways. So it has things like a car ride, a kangaroo, I think it has like a tree sway and a rocking sway, and lots of different things like that. So depending on how your baby likes to be manoeuvred and what setting kind of settles them, this is great at kind of picking which one they like. It also has different speed settings, meaning you can go from having a very slow sway to a really quick fast sway. And it also has sound settings. It has lots of different sound settings that are plugged into it, and you can also connect your phone in if there may be some lullabies that you like on your phone, or some white noise or anything like that, and it will play through the bass. I absolutely love it. I think it has definitely been worthwhile me doing it, and from the moment I popped him in it, he literally soothed straight off. So I would definitely recommend buying if you are looking for something that will definitely help you get your baby to sleep. There are many times when my son literally just sleeps in it for hours, and instead of having a Moses basket downstairs this time round, I've literally just had this. Because it's also slanted and it's kind of at an angle, it's massively helped with my son's colic and reflux as well, and it's definitely helped with that, which I think has been another godsend. At £200 obviously it is quite expensive, and you do need to make sure that you buy the newborn insert as well, which obviously then can start adding up. But I do know that the retail prices for these and the sell-on prices to other people definitely stay quite high, and you can obviously buy them secondhand and they do stay at a lower price, and they can come quite competitively priced. And because they're not in them for that long as well, they generally all tend to be in a great condition. So I would definitely recommend picking up one of these if you've got the money to do so. Another item that I absolutely love, I've used them both times round. They don't really need much talking about, but it's these. These are water wipes. They are wipes that are really good. They are 99.9% water, as it says on the tin. They're water wipes and 0.1% fruit extract. I purchased these for my first son because he had a really delicate bottom, and I didn't want him to get any nappy rashes or anything like that, and I haven't stopped using them since with him. He's now 2.5 and I still use them, and I'm now using them on my next son. They're great for everything, as baby wipes always are, but I love these because of how organic they are and how good they are. They don't tear, they don't break, they're very wet, so they're quite easy to help things clear up. They are more expensive than other wipes. Like I said, with a lot of these products, these are the must-have items, or these are kind of essential items that I think really kind of do help. And last but not least, my last newborn must-have is, again, a solid firm favourite. It just launched when I had my first son, and they've kind of had many different editions since, but if you're bottle feeding, I would 100% recommend it, and it's the Tommy Tippy Prep Machine. I had it in white the first time round, and now I've got it in black. I absolutely love it. If any of you guys that don't know what it is and you are planning to bottle feed, it basically makes the perfect bottle in 2 minutes at the perfect temperature. I remember sitting there thinking I was so worried that I was never going to have a bottle to make for my baby, and it was going to take me forever. And literally all you do is you press a button, you literally make the bottle up, and it makes all the water with hot water and cold water and makes it all together at one point. It's absolutely great at making bottles quickly and efficiently, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't do anything else. You haven't got to worry about storing milk cold or hot in the fridge and cooling down and heating up. It is absolutely great. They come at great prices now and packaged in with lots of other products that you may need, such as sterilizers and bottle warmers. So if you are looking to buy something, have a shop around. But they come in so many different colours and they are really, really convenient, and I don't think I could be dealing with the faff of making a bottle with a kettle anymore. Well guys, I hope you liked this video and my top 10 newborn must-haves. They are absolutely all highly recommended from me. I wouldn't be without any of them, and I cannot recommend them enough. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below and I can kind of come back to you on those. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again for my next video shortly. Bye!